Oh, right. That's what he sounded like.
She's on the court, and I don't know if that contact is in or not, but Carrington's going to play, and it must be out.
Yes.
That contact must be out because there was no teammate there. So Collier's going to come in, but not for Carrington.
Guys, the other day we had the pleasure, or the displeasure, if you're a Dallas Wings fan, right, of watching the Minnesota Lynx take on the Dallas Wings and ultimately defeat the Dallas Wings. I mean, the Dallas Wings really got that belt to behind by the Minnesota Lynx. And in that game, Dijonai Carrington, eye contact was bothering her, okay? At one point, I believe it fell out on the floor. You see, like, the, what do you call them? Like, the medics or whatever on the sidelines giving her, like, you know, that eye solution to kind of, you know, clean and disinfect it before she popped it back in her eye, right? Now, again, this is not the first time, probably ain't gonna be the last, if we're being real, where Dijonai Carrington had disrupted the game due to her eye contacts, okay? Last season, when she was playing for the Connecticut Sun, in the playoff series, it was either game 1 or game 2. It was Connecticut Sun versus the Indiana Fever, and her eye contact came out, and she was, like, frantic. I think Caitlin Clark had hit her. She hit her so hard, like, her contact popped out, and she was, like, frustrated and, like, flustered and, like, irritated. She literally just picked it off the floor and just popped it back in her eye. They was like, girl, you're going to get pink eye. You're going to get an eye infection. What is you doing? You're going to get bronchitis. She didn't care. And, like, she just continued the game, and, of course, the Connecticut Sun swept up the Fever. You know, she has that very, like, you know, like that mentality of, you know, the game above all, we're going to win regardless. Like, she don't care. She literally took it off the dirty court floor and put it back in her eye. Well, the same thing happened the other day, and it upset her when the Minnesota Lynx announcers said, like, you know, something shady. To me, I thought it was funny. Like, she had put in the eye contact, and you can hear the Minnesota Lynx announcers was like, you know, hopefully, you know, Dijonai's eye contacts is okay and she's functioning, and like she tried to make a pass to somebody. The ball literally was nowhere near the Minnesota Lynx player. I'm gonna insert my clip before, you know, prior to my commentary, and y'all gonna see it. And like, you know, the announcers made a little jokey joke, okay? And this got a lot of people upset, mainly including Dijonai Carrington. But people was talking about how, like, is it unprofessional? Like, does it seem as though sometimes, a lot of times, the professional line is crossed when you hear some of these WNBA announcers, some of the things they be saying, like, and I do agree with them, okay? Ironically, Dallas Wings played them that day and they got defeated. The Dallas Wings announcers are almost never on their side. Like, the Dallas Wings announcers will be, like, clowning the Dallas Wings as they playing. Like, when just a couple, like last week when Paige Beckers put up 44 points, put up a 44-point piece, when it was the Dallas Wings versus the LA Sparks, I watched that game and I was sick. Kelsey Plum, put up a freaking floater. LA Sparks won just by 1 point. It was 81-80. Again, in that same game, freaking Paige Beckers put up 44 points. Why the announcers was talking about something like, you know, oh, she only was able to put up 44 points because, you know, the LA Sparks defense was lacking. Like, all the announcers, mainly even when they at their home game, it's like, aren't you supposed to be, like, non-biased? Is it just me? I thought, like, reporters, like, even news journalists, that's what they have, that accent. They talking that, like, weird monotone to us. They got that reporter's accent. Like, right now, like, I'm talking like me. This is how I talk. If I were to, like, you know, spice it up for y'all, I'd be like, and, you know, just yesterday, you know, the WNBA, and da-da-da, like, you know, if I were to put on, like, a fake reporter's accent, and today, Channel 5, and, you know, this is Sidney Poitier, like, something like that. It's like, aren't y'all supposed to be non-biased? Like, how are y'all, like, being messy when y'all commentating? And of course, I kind of see where Dijonai Carrington was coming from when they made that little shady comment about her eye contact. But let's jump into the article. So this is an article brought to you by Sports Illustrated. It is titled, Dijonai Carrington calls Lynx announcer shady for a turnover joke. On August 3rd, news broke that the Dallas Wings traded standout guard and 2024 WNBA's most improved player, Dijonai Carrington, to the Minnesota Lynx in exchange for third-year forward Diamond Miller, seventh-year guard Carly Samuelson, and the Wings' second-round pick of the 2027 WNBA draft. While the Lynx were already WNBA championship favorites this season, adding Carrington to their roster increased the team's backcourt depth and added another elite defender on the wing. It also added a level of grit and tenacity to Minnesota's roster that one could argue was previously lacking. Since Carrington is a polarizing figure in the women's basketball community, while she's adored by many, her outspokenness on several matters, especially on social media, has soured some fans to her. The Lynx faced Carrington's former Dallas Wings team on September 1st and secured an easy 96-71 victory. Carrington played 10 minutes before suffering a shoulder injury that kept her out of the game's remainder. However, during those 10 minutes, she made a bad pass that resulted in a turnover shortly after losing a contact lens in her eye. As this turnover happened, a member of the Lynx broadcast team, presumably play-by-play announcer Marnie Gellner, said, "Carrington is on the court, and I don't know if that contact is in or not, but Carrington is going to play." Carrington then passed the ball where no Lynx player was, which created a turnover, okay? This one, it was funny. And he said, "And it must be out. The contact must be out because there was no teammate there." Geller then said after Carrington's bad pass. While most on social media found this lighthearted joke funny, it clearly rubbed Carrington the wrong way. She made a Twitter post soon after the game ended that read, "Home announcers being shady is crazy work. Can't lie. Anyways, pray for me, y'all." Why we gotta pray for you? That's kind of like a little dramatic. I mean, maybe she meant like pray for her shoulder, okay? Because she wasn't like an arm sling after the game. Because Carrington did not find the joke funny. Because Carrington only played 10 minutes on Monday because she suffered a shoulder injury. Lynx head coach Cheryl Reese spoke with the media after the game ended, and when asked about this injury, said, "Nay had a subflex shoulder. She told me she played defense too hard, and I think when she slapped down at the ball, it kind of subflexed a little bit." Again, I understand where she's coming from somewhat. Okay, a joke is a joke. Like, girl, just let it go. Why are you talking about some pray for you? Stop. Dijonai girl, stop it, okay? It was funny. And you know what's crazy? Me and my mom was watching that game, and even my mom made the same comment. I was like, let's see if, like, the contact worked. And when she made that ball, she threw it into the freaking stands and got a turnover. Me and my mom bust out laughing. Like, clearly she's still blind. Okay, she's legally blind. It's just a joke, Dijonai. But at the same time, it does draw attention to professionalism in the world of women's sports, but even sports period. But in women's sports, I have noticed the announcers sometimes, it's like, are they not supposed to be unbiased or biased? Like, some of the things they be saying, it seems they come across as like being like, they come across as being somewhat like trying to antagonize a player, specific players, or like a team as an organization. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago Sky, my Chicago Sky, our announcers at home, they be doing it like it's no reason to be this shady. It's like, are y'all getting paid to disrespect your home team? You the freaking announcers for the home team. You're supposed to be on our side, or you know, rather not that, or to be unbiased. You're not supposed to be on nobody's side. Y'all be cracking jokes and trying to kiki, trying to get cheap laughs out of the Dallas Wings, the Chicago Sky, because y'all know we were struggling. And now y'all giving it up to Dijonai Carrington on the Minnesota Lynx because she was blind as a bat after she lost her eye contact. And she gave that bad pass up and got a turnover. Shame on y'all.